name is Francis Lee Abbott, and I am with my partner, which is Renz Andriata, and today we are discussing about our book title. So, our elements of the story is title, author, setting, characters, plot summary, conflict, point of view, and the theme. So, our book title is Everyday by David Levitan. So, David Levitan is an American author born on September 7, 1972 in New Jersey. He graduated from Brown University with a degree in English and worked as an editor for Scholastic Press. Levitan has written several young adult novels, including Boy Meets Boy, Every Day, and Two Boys Kissing. He has also co-authored several books with authors such as John Green and Rachel Cohn. Levitan has won several awards for his writing, including the Lambda Literary Award for Boy Meets Boy and the Margaret A. Edwards Award for his contribution to young adult literature. So Levitan is also a publisher and editorial director at Scholastic Press. So the setting of the story is in Justin's bedroom. A wakes up in a Justin bedroom and has to quickly adjust to being in a new body. So school. A goes to Rhiannon's school and interacts with her and other students throughout the day and struggle to maintain a connection with her. And a beach in Maryland. A spent time at the beach with Rhiannon. Ami's house in Virginia. A spent the day with Amy and her family. And Nathan's house, everything in his room in order. Even though it's only Saturday morning, he's already done his homework for the weekend, set his alarm for 8 o'clock, not wanting the day to go to waste. So next is Starbucks coffee shop. A and Rhiannon have a conversation in a Starbucks, and A tries to explain their situation. So Rhiannon house, where inhabits Rhiannon body and take himself to any place. Cabin in the woods. A spends time at the cabin with Rhiannon and they both do sexual things. Mexican restaurant where A met Nathan to explain his condition. And Alexander's treehouse where A and Rhiannon cook and eat their dinner and afterward they both make love.
Here are the characters of the story. The main characters. A. A is the main character of this novel. A is also the first person narrator. So readers are experiencing everything A sees, feels, and experiences. A is neither defined as a male nor female because A is a soul that transfers from body to body every day, never knowing who or she will wake up next. Brianna, Justin's girlfriend. She is the reason why A did everything to give him freedom for himself just to prove how much he loves Rihanna. Justin. Justin is the boy whom Rihanna really cares, but he doesn't care about Rihanna. Such a disgraceful guy. He was Rhiannon's boyfriend. Nathan Dalton. Nathan starts off as a normal everyday guy, fairly smart, not very social, but seems to be very much a gentleman. But that is until A takes Nathan to a party and is found on the side of the road. Here are the minor characters. Leslie Wong. Leslie Wong is a girl that has a brother named Owen and got into a fight. A soccer a soccer player boy. He doesn't have so much role in the story. He just gives a stress relief. Roger Wilson. Roger is religious, so today A must go to church. After ruining so many lives after meeting Rhiannon, A needs some Jesus in his life. Margaret Weiss. A is Margaret Weiss, who is in a clingy relationship with her boyfriend. I think he's I think this relates to a lot to A since he is very clingy with Rhiannon. Megan Powell. We don't learn much about Megan, but it is a very big day for A. With everything that has happened since A's day as Nathan, A finally decides to come clean. He tells Rhiannon that he would like to meet her to discuss why Nathan had left. Kelsey Cook. Kelsey is a girl who is dealing with dark thoughts and depression. Kelsey's character is trying to cope with thoughts of suicide and the will to stay alive. Ashley Ashton. Ashley is described as a 16 years old knocked out with a gorgeous face and the body of Beyonce. Ashley contributes as an important character to the story because she provides A with the opportunity to show Rhiannon what Justin is really like with other girls. Tom. A has always waken up as someone else, far away from the last body he had taken over. A was surprised when he woke up in the same room as James, since he is now James' twin brother, Tom. Hugo. Hugo A wakes up to a phone call from Austin. Hugo's boyfriend. A is going to gay pride with this boyfriend, so he can only see Rhiannon if she goes. Ashton. Ashley Ashton is an extremely gorgeous black girl. A doesn't look forward having to get dolled up like Ashley always does. AJ. He sends Rhiannon an apology and heads to school. A's day got pretty weird, though, because walking down the hall at school, he sees Nathan. At lunch, he talks to Nathan about the day Nathan was possessed. Adam Cassidy. A needs Rhiannon, so he calls Adam's school, saying he has a doctor appointment and pulls an Amica. He drives to Rhiannon's school and walks in to find her. She skips one class to talk to him. Orlando. He decides to spend Orlando's day checking out Reverend Poole's website about possession. Dylan Cooper. Dylan Cooper is an Apple geek. He meets Rhiannon at the bookstore. Vanessa Martinez. Vanessa is a mean girl. Her friends think something is off, but A lives as a day of not being mean rather than making a mean girl good. George. George is homeschooled. Sarita. She meets Rhiannon and they hang out in a jungle gym. They have a good day and Rhiannon will be free all weekend. Xavier Adams. He met Rhiannon and had sex with her. Dana. Dana is hungover. A find out that Dana had gotten really drunk the night before, drove drunk, and backed into a telephone pole. Michael. Michael is into heavy metal and should be going to Hawaii today, but A doesn't care. Sneak out and goes to Rihanna. Vic. Vic is a girl but is a boy on the inside. He skips school for Vic. Again, disregarding the body for his own intentions. To go see Rihanna. Mark. Mark must go to his grandfather's funeral today, so A can't see Rihanna. A tries to remember the day for Mark so he doesn't miss out, since it is an important event in his life. Finn Taylor. A wakes up at nearly 300 labs. As Finn Taylor, A is self-conscious about being overweight in fear that Rhiannon will just be repulsed. James. James is a football player with a twin named Tom and A who used this body to meet Rhiannon. Cassie. Cassie has a broken ankle, so A has to deal with that. Ainsley Mills. Today, A takes over Ainsley Mills. A doesn't hear from Rhiannon today either. Nathan does, though, and wants A to come to his house. Darrell Drake. A goes to school for Darrell Drake, but all of his friends feel that something isn't right. But A just say it's an off day. A decides to research Reverend Poole a bit more but doesn't find out much more than he really knew. Zara. Today, A is Zara, who is in an amazing relationship with Amelia. A gets to experience the happiness of a real couple in love, but all it does is make him miss Rhiannon even more. July. July is sick today, so A stays home trying to feel better. Howie Middleton. Ironically, Howie Middleton and his girlfriend get into an argument about how he doesn't spend enough time with her. Alexander Lin. Alexander Lin has post-it notes everywhere, quotes and reminders, and an already like the body he is in. George, 45 minutes away from Rhiannon. George's mother and father are stay-at-home parents, and George and his two brothers stay at home with them each and every day. Katie. A wakes up as Katie. The only way that A will never see Rhiannon again is to get away from where he is close to her. Lisa Marshall. A inhabits in a normal size ordinary girl. Here are the plot of summary. Introduction. There is a spirit who wakes up every day in someone else's body. Every day he needs to check himself whether she is or he is. Every day he needs to check his voice, his skin tone, his hair, and everything else about his body. One day he woke up with a boy's body named Justin. Now the spirit is borrowing Justin's body. He had no idea what was behind the memories of Justin. He needed to observe everything. After all of that, he went to school and the spirit had no idea that there was a girl behind this person's life named Rhiannon and that this and and this body was in love with her. The spirit noticed that this boy does not care about that girl, but the spirit got into that girl. The spirit was in love with that girl. They go to the beach, make amazing memories, and feel real happiness until the day ends. And now everything just went back to the real world, where Justin doesn't care about that girl and the spirit went to another spot. Rise in action. Now, the spirit wakes up in the body of Megan Powell, a cheer dancer who is an hour away from Rhiannon. Now he is traveling to Rhiannon, where they plan to meet at the cafe. Then they got into each other. They saw each other. Rhiannon doesn't recognize him because he was in a girl's body. Rhiannon thought that Megan Powell was sent by the spirit to her, even though it wasn't. Even though it wasn't, it was the spirit itself. The spirit talks about the memories they made to prove that he is the one behind all of this. He explained that he was behind Justin's body when they went to the beach. He was the one who controlled everything, but Rhiannon still did not believe him. The spirit also told Rhiannon his real name, which is A. In this part, the spirit is trying to tell Rhiannon the truth, and he succeeds. The spirit made Rhiannon believe, and he proves he is the one behind Justin when they go to the beach. Climax. When he woke up in another person's body, he logged in. He logged in to his email and emailed Rhiannon about last night. He heard a notification in his email, but it was not Rhiannon. It was Nathan Duggan. He doesn't know who's the spirit joined in his body, but he warned him. He discovers that there's a devil who goes inside his body and controls him, whether the spirit was in a different body or not. Nathan Daldry kept messaging him and giving a warning that he would find out who was behind that evil spirit. The gossip spread everywhere, even in Rhiannon's school. The police found Nathan Daldry at the side of the road. They interviewed him and asked why he was there. Nathan said that it was not him. There is a devilish spirit that controls his body. The police don't worry too much about this case. Nathan gave the email to the police so they can search for that spirit. When the spirit is in another body named Margaret Weiss, a girl who has a laptop, the spirit quickly opened the laptop and signed into his email. And when he saw Nathan's email, he said that the police were coming for the spirit. And also, when Rhiannon emailed him, she said love. Rhiannon finds out that Steve Mason has no cousin. Therefore, Rhiannon is curious about this situation. Now the spirit has emailed Rhiannon that he can explain this. He requested that they meet up the next day. Calling action. Now the spirit wakes up in the body of Megan Owen, a cheer dancer who is an hour away from Rhiannon. Now he's traveling to Rhiannon, where they plan to meet at the cafe. Then they got into each other. They saw each other. Rhiannon doesn't recognize him because he was a girl's body. Rhiannon thought that Megan Powell was sent by the spirit to her, even though it wasn't. It was the spirit itself. The spirit talks about the memories they made. To prove that he is the one behind all of this, he explained that he was behind Justin's body when they went to the beach. He was the one who controlled everything, but Rhiannon still did not believe it. The spirit also told Rhiannon his real name, which is A. In this part, the spirit is trying to tell Rhiannon the truth, and he succeeds. The spirit made Rhiannon believe, and he proves that he is the one behind Justin when they got to the beach. The solution. A realized that he can never be with Rhiannon because of what happens to him every day. A finds a way to say goodbye to Rhiannon the only way he knows how. Rhiannon, by this point in time, had broken up with her boyfriend. A is in the body of Alexander Lin and feels that they are very much alike. A decides to live Alexander's memories of meeting Rhiannon, having a date with her, and falling in love with her. This is the last time that A sees Rhiannon. In the treehouse, when A and Rhiannon try to figure out how they could possibly be together, Pool Pool is not really the real Reverend Pool. He is another person like A.
So the conflict, man versus himself. A struggles to accept the existence and the limitation it places on their capacity to have meaningful connection and relationships with others. As A struggles with the psychological effects of frequently inhabiting different bodies and the resulting feeling of isolation, this internal conflict is clear throughout the entire story. And the theme of the story is that David Levitan is so the overall theme of the Everyday by David Levitan is the search for identity and the importance of human connection.